Eagle Eye. Here is the news headline, presented by Uzebu Ngozi Ada Biafra. Anambra election, we have taken note of Kano's threat. Let Igbo leaders disown Biafra campaigners to show sincerity. I am proud of you, Lion of East. Fanny Kayode sings Kanu Nnamdi praises. Osibanjo, we will do everything to sustain Nigerians' unity. Idel Victory, Governor Ugwuanyi visits Enugu Mosque, calls for national unity. Nnamdi Kanu's stand on Nigeria election, evangelism have commenced. In the midst of IPOB trials, still more units are created. Intimidations of motorcycle riders in Moat by Nigeria police. Here are the news in details. Anambra election. We have taken note of Kano's threats. This is by Inspector General of Police in the zoo called Nigeria, as was published by thisdaylife.com. The Inspector General of Police in the zoo called Nigeria has taken notice of the stand of our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu concerning elections in Biafra land, especially the forthcoming election in Anambra State. Our leader have in several different occasions stated that IPOB will boycott our elections in Biafra land, starting with Anambra State. The real question the IG of police should answer are this. RY youths gave Biafrans ultimatum to leave north. One of your sons in the north threatened to kill 200 Biafrans if Buhari dies. Zara Buhari said that Christians must continue to be killed until they are converted into Muslim. Did you take note of that? What is your take? The North have proven themselves to the world to be the worst unpatriotic, hypocritical and segregative member of the contraction called Nigeria. They seem to be the untouchable sacred cows in the zoo called Nigeria. They are the best in preaching one Nigeria, but the worst in actualizing it. Mr. IG, you are an employee of Buhari, therefore Biafrans know you better. Let Igbo leaders disown Biafran campaigners to show sincerity. Published by VanguardNigeria.com, coming from Alhaji Kwankwaso. The governor of Kano State, Alhaji Kwankwaso, told the Southeastern elders to disown Biafran agitators in order to exhibit some signs of sincerity to Nigerians. It is very appalling that our gullible and indestructible political class are easily outsmarted by the uninformed Hausa Fulanis. The governor of Kano State, Alhaji Kwankwaso, told the Southeastern elders to disown Biafra agitators in order to exhibit some signs of sincerity to Nigerians. It is very appalling that our gullible and disgruntled political class are easily outsmarted by the uninformed Hausa Fulani players in the polity of the zoo called Nigeria. The governor of Kano State has never disowned the RY youths, neither has he disowned the Fulani herdsmen who have been rampaging the whole southeastern land, causing havoc and mayhem in the land. Kwankwaso had not been sincere enough to tell Nigerians the simplest and commonest truth, that brother Muhammad Buhari has died. Why is the North so wicked and deceitful? Which elder of the North has stood up to disown Boko Haram since their inception? The North is exonerating the terrorists in the Boko Haram and reinstating them in the... I am proud of you, Lion of the East, by Femi Fani Kayode, who sing Nnamdi Kanu's praise.
There is nobody that speaks for the Yoruba nation that lives in Igbo land or in Biafra land. There is no prominent Hausa person that lives anywhere in Biafra land. What we are saying to this man and his likes is, of course, they will underestimate us because those that have gone before us have made threats and didn't carry it out. This time it is different. If we can place the name Biafra on something.
Surrounding the positive approach of Femi Kayode to our leader and Biafran agitators is yet unknown. Femi Kayode is a Yoruba man, but has gone beyond doing what some Biafran politicians cannot do. It is only God who knows the heart of man. Femi Kayode has been lending solidarity attention to our leader. When I compare the jealousy approach of some disgruntled Biafrans towards our leader with the kind gesture of the Yoruba-born Kayode, it will be proper to say that jealousy is the mother of all crime. Our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is really the lion of Biafra. He has done what all the southeastern governors and lawmakers raised to power 100 cannot do. The earlier the southeastern politicians realize who and what Nnamdi Kanu stands for, the better for them. Nnamdi Kanu is the hero of our modern generation. His excellence and charismatic leadership is equal to none. Biafrans, behold your Messiah, a sword from the east. His emergence is grossly unprecedented in our time. Nnamdi Kanu's order to boycott all election in Biafra land, a tax that must be done. The quest for the restoration of the sovereign state of Biafra is sacrosanct. The pull of Biafran nation from the evil contraption called Nigeria is not negotiable. Sequel to the aforementioned, our able supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has ordered all members of IPOB and Biafrans at large to seriously boycott all elections in Biafra land until the zoo called Nigeria gives date for referendum. The call for civil disobedience in the zoo will go a long way to compel the stakers in the zoo politics to know that IPOB is resolute, dynamic, formidable, and can never retreat, nor jettison the effort made so far. In view of the above mentioned, massive evangelism is going on in many parts of Biafra land in order to effect our leaders' order. For instance, Ilo Okoyo in Odumogosi in Idemili Biafran land was on the move to evangelism, while a family in Ikwere community was not left out in the evangelism, to mention only but a few. Intimidation of motorcycle riders in Moat by Nigerian police. Governor Obiano of Anambra State is fake, hypocritical, and very deceitful in administration. The fact that our leader gave IPOB an order to boycott election in Anambra State, Governor Obiano wickedly and mysteriously spreaded Asa Fulani police in every nook and crannies of Anambra State. His target is to frighten and intimidate Biafrans. When one looks at these horrible animal creatures in human form, they look too cruel, fiendish, and unfriendly. Every cyclist will alert from the bike and will roll the bike beyond the stand before the rider climbs the bike again. I don't care whether a cyclist is carrying an aged passenger or a pregnant woman. Both of them must get down from the bike and walk past the police stand before continue their trip. Can Obiano claim ignorant of this? At Ugunwasike in Ogidi, this cannibal shot at masquerade and left him dead and his colleague injured. Governor Obiano, IPOB is far bigger than what you can contend with. Watch and see. We will do everything to sustain Nigerians' unity. By Osibanjo, coming from Sun News Online. The conductor and the coordinator of the zoo called Nigeria has promised Nigerians that they will do everything to sustain Nigerians' unity. To be specific, anytime you hear our politicians talk of one Nigeria, they mean the crude oil. What Osibanjo meant by Nigerian unity is oneness in ownership of the crude oil. If not for the sake of the oil, Nigeria, especially the North and Yorubas, will denounce Nigeria. Osibanjo is a gross liar, a deceiver, and a cheat. And Dr. Osibanjo knows that presently, the unity of the zoo called Nigeria is not redeemable, but goes around deceiving some gullible Nigerians. One assurance IPOB are giving Osibanjo is that any effort he makes to keep Nigeria is effort in futility. Power belongs to the people, and the people have decided to seek for divorce. Organize referendum, and you will agree with Nigerians that Biafra must be free. Idal Fitri, Governor Ugwuanyi visits Enugu Mosque and call for a national unity. Daily Post, Nigeria. Governor Ugwuanyi is the current governor of Enugu State in the southeastern part of Biafra land. This is a state where Fulani herdsmen have been wreaking havoc on hundreds of men, women and children. They rape our mothers, both aged and young. They loot our properties, destroy our farmland with their cow with impunity. In all the above enumerated incidences, Governor Ugwuanyi would either be crying like a grandmother, or he will advise the people of the state to fast and pray. Governor Ugwuanyi will not be bold enough as he was in the mosque to preach unity. Why is it only in Biafra land that you will see political fools? Have you ever seen any northern Muslim governor in any Christian church praying or advocating for national unity? The trials of IPOB gave birth to many families. In the midst of persecution and trials of IPOB, the group has enlarged tremendously. In the recent past, IPOB was brutalized. IPOB was exposed to acid attack and mass grave burial, especially in 323 regiments in Onitsha, supervised by Governor Obiano of Anambra State, though represented by his special assistants. In the midst of this threat to life and existence, IPOB, instead of diminishing in members, experienced drastic and rigorous growth in number and size. To be precise, many units and families sprang up. Such families like Odogu Ozara units in Onitsha, Oso and Chukwudiebube families in Mo, which were recently inaugurated, also came on board. These we are to mention but a few. To end the news, once again, here are the news headlines. Anambra election, we have taken note of Kano's threat. Let Igbo leaders disown Biafra campaigners to show sincerity. I am proud of you, Lion of East. Fani Kayode sings Kanu Nnamdi praises. Osibanjo, we will do everything to sustain Nigerians' unity. Idal Fitri, Governor Ugwuanyi visits Enugu Mosque, calls for national unity. Nnamdi Kanu's stand on Nigeria election, evangelism have commenced. In the midst of IPOB trials, still more units are created. Intimidations of motorcycle riders in Moat by Nigeria police.